We continue celebrating Pride Month right here at Local 5. Every person comes out in their own time, in their own way. It is their story to tell. For a 16-year-old in Waukee, he understood from an early age coming out meant more than just now being openly gay. But as a Hmong-American, he had to embrace who he is and brace for the challenges that came with the intersectionality of two identities. At just 16 years old, Jayden Song.
I love listening to music when I'm creating art because it's all multifaceted.
Has found many ways to express himself.
I really enjoy art. It's one of my passions. What amazing human.
This is of Jaden.
That's his mother, Jayden Song. She's the kind of mom
In 2014.
who beams when she talks about her kids.
Being a mom is super rewarding.
And if she only knew how rewarding it is for Jaden to have her as his mom.
I feel really grateful to have that kind of support from a parent especially.
Support Jaden has leaned on for the past 4 years. At 12 years old, the mother and son shared a moment that led to a pivotal conversation.
Personally, I don't think I ever did come out. I think she just knew. And then
The dress.
oh, wait, shoot, dress?
For show choir.
Oh, there we go, perfect. So for show choir, I wanted to wear a dress because I thought it would look so good. And then she's like, what? And then I'm like, yeah. And then from there, that was like the domino that started the whole process.
You want to wear a dress, okay, right? And so that was really how we started the conversation around where is this coming from? How long has this been? I want him to always feel like I will always be there to support him.
Jade and Jaden both say it took time for her to sort out through initial feelings and answer questions, but he offered his mom a lot of grace and patience because even at a young age, he understood the layers to this conversation as someone who identifies as a Hmong-American LGBTQ+ person.
She was always by my side, but that doesn't necessarily mean that my whole family was. Even to this day, I have relatives who don't really understand what it means to be LGBTQ because they come from a different time.
Being born into a family where you are first generation and your parents come from this completely different world, right? Not just here in the United States, but across the world where they've grew up and didn't really have terminologies for LGBTQ.
What Jade describes is reflected in a 2023 report from the Human Rights Campaign. The research found more than 6 out of 10 AA and HPI people in America are immigrants. Many LGBTQ+ youth in those communities are afraid to come out, instead living silently by the expectations of many Asian cultures that stress familial duty and conformity.
Just not understanding the two worlds can be very difficult to be able to get support as an LGBTQ person and as an AAPI person because our parents just don't understand.
Malai Bufakeo is a mental health therapist in Des Moines who, like Jaden, understands living a life balancing two worlds.
I can't remember what had happened with my mom at work, but I was talking to her and I just kind of find myself talking to my mom about just who cares what anybody says, just be yourself. And then I'm like, holy crap, I'm being a hypocrite right now, and I just found myself being like, why am I hiding myself but giving my mom this advice? And then I told her, I told her it was funny. It was at Pizza Hut in Storm Lake. She was like, you only see this on TV, I don't understand. What does that mean? Do you still love me, right? Do you still support me? Do you still, have pride in me? I didn't quite get that at the moment, right? Which is what I would have wanted. But later on, later on that night, she hugged me and told me she was still proud of me.
Now happily married and a mom of 5, Malai has poured her passion into the Radical Advocate, her mental health practice, helping people thrive. Resources like Malai have been crucial for Jade and Jaden as they navigate the journey.
In all of the research and the resources, it's not about me as a parent and what I think.
It means that I can come home and I can feel safe and I can really be who I am. Oh my gosh, Mom.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
And Jaden's journey starts with being proud of who he is in his entirety, not sacrificing one part for the other.
I'm a gay Hmong person. Like, they go hand in hand.
Are you proud of that?
I am proud of that, you know?
In Des Moines, Chinu Herb, Local 5 News. So I asked Jade what message she wanted to send to kids out there, regardless of where they are in their journey. And she says, remember that you are loved, so find your inner self and represent who that is proudly. As for Jaden, his message to parents of LGBTQ+ kids is to try to understand, because he says understanding allows a child like him to feel safe, and that leads to growth, which growth then turns into blossoming relationships between a parent and a child.